shit today. Let me tell you how much dog shit we have today. It's a lot, okay? It's a lot of dog shit we have today. And you know why we have a lot of dog shit today? So I went to the DXD section. I ran out of
Oh god, why are we going
on
back
my
there?
tablet.
We were just there last week.
Well, yeah, but we weren't in the crossover section.
Oh god.
So I was like,
God.
how terrible could the crossover section really be?
Oh, why would you ask that question?
And, well, I mean, normally it's like, sometimes you get the occasional good story, and, you know, usually you get a lot of mediocre dog shit, right? The front page right now in the DXD section for the crossovers is festering, rotting carcasses of maggots.
Woo.
Of mediocrity or just maggots?
Maggots.
Oh boy.
Semester they gave out papers with URLs to request to. This was. In reality, they never told us about the tech URL. The Dean of Students hate video games. Yeah. Well.
That's not surprising.
Can't be surprised by that, no. Always gotta love it when the people in power arbitrarily decide to sabotage other people because of personal desires, and then get equally angry when someone else decides to sabotage them for a completely reasonable, justifiable scenario.
Wah! I'm the only one allowed to use the free face punching.
Yeah,
Double standards, what?
Anyway, so, first up on this list, I am so glad it's still here. First up on this list is just straight up Black Myth Wukong.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
For some reason, the author decided that Naruto was a reincarnation of Sun Wukong, and now he's in the DxD verse, and he's just doing the story of Black Myth Wukong.
Okay,
I don't know.
Those are words that I wish you never said.
When was this pub? Oh, yep, August 30th. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
That's
The Naruto
upsetting.
fandom doesn't disappoint when it comes to garbage.
Well, like when I said the front page was festering horseshit.
He was not lying.
Bro, it's called Journey to the West. Fucking get some taste buds, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
But that would require reading.
I'm sure Black Myth Wukong, it's probably a fantastic retelling, but like seriously, get some culture. Jesus Christ, man.
It's actually even worse, right? It's actually even worse. Because Naruto Uzumaki isn't Naruto Uzumaki from Konoha of the Elemental Nation. Oh, no. This Naruto Uzumaki, which for some reason is a crossover, this Naruto Uzumaki is a chakraless reincarnation of Sun Wukong, who lives in Japan as a normal civilian with no powers at all. Why it's labeled as a Naruto crossover,
Is he
I
still
cannot
a monkey
fathom.
man?
That makes no sense at all.
Yeah.
There's no sense.
Okay, so that's obviously dog shit. We don't need to read that.
Also in DxD, Sun Wukong's not dead.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
in
he's
DxD, he's not dead.
I mean, it is Sun Wukong.
I don't have a problem with him being alive. I'm just like, oh, that's
Well, I'm just saying, it's very hard to say Naruto is the reincarnation of Sun Wukong when Sun Wukong hasn't died yet.
Yeah.
It do be like that sometimes. That's how reincarnation works in some instances.
Yes, now, to be fair, this is Sun Wukong and China we're talking about here. Somehow I reincarnated as someone who's still alive because they cast off their memories to become the Buddha is something I honestly wouldn't be too surprised by.
I reincarnated as Sun Wukong so that I could fuck myself because I'm the only one good enough.
Yes.
Yeah, that
God
sounds like
damn
Sun.
it.
I lament.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said it.
So anyway, 4 chapters, 26,000 words, and that's like what 7K words a chapter. So honestly, good for him. But
Pain and suffering is all that await us.
so it actually just gets worse from here. Like this is the best story on the front page. Just want to be clear.
Oh God.
Oh, that's worse. That's
Don Machi,
so much-
Voyager of Worlds ability. Warning, there will be long chapters in this story.
Why is
Well, that's a unique thing to see in a summary.
Yes.
Also,
Mika, an
60
ordinary...
chapters, that's fair. 20K on average. Sure.
No. They're 2K on average.
My brain transposed an extra 0 in there for some reason.
Yeah.
Thanks, brain.
Yeah, his brain was like, "Oh, look, this must be long. That surely the summary means 20K."
No,
No,
yeah.
my brain transposed
long
an extra 0 on
chapters
that
ahead,
120.
guys. 2K word chapters. We're entering long chapter territory.
Huh.
Hey, Sign, what's a long chapter for you cost?
It's gonna be $150, bud. 15K minimum.
How much do I need to pay you to rewrite the end times?
No.
Come on now,
2K
you gotta give him
words is
something.
about 5 minutes at best. Yeah, more or less.
Hang on, Nose, you can't ask him to rewrite dog shit. Give him something to work with.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, I absolutely can tell him to rewrite dog shit.
But I'd have to read the dog shit, and I don't want to read the dog shit.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah,
It would make more sense if Naruto was a Hoolijing. Yeah, well, making sense in fanfiction authors, it's like, oil and water, it's like nose and taking a shower, it's like sign and, I don't know.
Hang on a minute,
mark?
hang on a minute. Nose
age
is
above
not
18.
Asmund fucking Gold.
Why the fuck am I catching strays for this?
I don't think they're strays. That's the thing here. I don't think they're strays.
I
Dude,
take
those weren't
showers.
strays.
Fuck
Again,
off.
they were not strays. Like, I don't know why you think those were strays.
I want to be clear. They're absolutely misaimed, but they are not stray.
Yeah, those bullets had your name on it. I just want to,
Jin out here swinging.
It's like sign and exercise.
Sneaky was just checking the bullets he had on hand, realized he had a couple extras for you.
Yeah, I was, I spun the wheel and it went, damn, that's a lot of nose.
A lordly amount of nose hairs, even.
Indeed. Sign and water
I will not
in his soup.
apologize.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, Sign's allergic to water.
Okay, on a scale of 1 to Asmongold, how allergic to water are we talking?
He eats his condensed soup dry.
Look. I have
Because it doesn't have enough seasoning.
enough salt.
That adds some
Bro.
fucking salt to it. It
Why would
costs
I add
like
fucking salt to
literal
it?
a quarter
See
of a
a
penny.
doctor.
No, seasoning is
What?
salt, by the way. So
Do it.
we're still staying. Seasoning is salt.
If
In
you're
cooking, when you
French.
say to season something, you mean to add salt.
That's all you ask.
But anyway, yeah, Sign eats his condensed soup dry because if you add water to it, it loses its flavor, according to him.
Yes, it waters it down.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
the point.
You're not supposed to
I don't
actually
know.
eat the ramen
Alright.
dry. You're not the doctor.
I am glad to know that if I ever decide that Sign and I are friends, I can just send him a salt block every year for his birthday, and he'll be happy as he'll be pleased as
Bro just needs to be
Actually,
sent a deer salt block.
My dude, I have an entire thing of Himalaya pink salt right beside my water bottle here. So, no.
Jesus Christ, Sign, you're
I
not supposed
swear
to
to
just fucking
God,
eat it.
Yeah, you better not be salting that water. I swear to God.
No, I'm not salting the water. But no. If you take the Himalayan pink salt, the chunks, and you pop an individual chunk in your mouth. That shit is delicious.
Oh my fucking god,
great.
Sign.
Sign,
You have a
please
It's
go
You
see
have
a
a
medical
severe
professional.
salt deficiency.
It's
You
like
have a
candy.
severe deficiency. You need help.
It's like candy. It's great.
Oh my
Sign,
god.
I am
you
saying
didn't.
this as someone in this podcast who wants you to continue writing. Get fucking medical assistance.
Can I just
Jesus
pay you in
Christ.
dear salt
It
blocks?
costs money.
I'm just gonna send
No.
you salt blocks from now on. Whenever I want a chapter out of you, I'll just send you a pallet of salt blocks.
Actually, you know what? A deer salt block would work because I can turn that into deer meat pretty easy.
And then put the Himalayan salt on it.
I can put the Himalayan salt on it. Salt mud, eating the salt. Yes.
Oh,
You see, it
God.
takes so long for him to get meat because whenever he does find a deer, he has to first wrestle it to the ground and then shove salt block after salt block down its throat like a goose.
You know, Sign, you could
Properly
probably skip
season it.
several. You could skip several steps and shove the salt block up its anus.
Oh, no thanks.
Sign, why is the mic down your throat? No. Sign does not have a mic down his throat. We have gone over this so many times.
Hang on,
He
is it
uses
that
a tin
bad?
cannon string.
Honestly,
doesn't
this is
sound
better
bad.
than it usually is.
Yeah, it is actually better than it usually is.
Oh, there you go. Problem solved.
Anyway, so Mika, an ordinary young man with passion for anime, suddenly finds himself transmigrated into the fantastical world of Danmachi. None of those words I would use to describe that situation. Confused and overwhelmed, his fate takes a divine turn when he encounters the enigmatic.
Enigmatic.
The enigmatic?
Yes.
Enigmatic.
Yeah, you're just saying just saying enigma. and
Enigma,
just
I
putting
know,
attic at the end.
And powerful goddess Yahweh. That's right, goddess Yahweh. She then reveals to Mika that he has been bestowed by her with a rare and extraordinary ability called the World Traveling Ability, enabling him to journey to different worlds.
Really? I thought it would enable
Please.
him to go to the corner store for a pint.
Sneaky, please read
Go
that
ahead.
correctly. Just so the chat knows how bad that summary actually.
I did.
Except you finished the sentence for him.
Oh, well, yeah, he cuts off, but I mean, it's kind of obvious what it...
No, I like to imagine that he just stopped halfway through the sentence.
Enabling
That's
him to
good enough.
churn.
Is
He's
he
gonna
chur-
churn,
is
guys!
enabling him
He's
to churn?
churning!
You turned it. It's a kill
He's
shot.
churning!
Man, 20 minutes, man, and I banned a bot.
Oh wow, incredible.
Getting kind of sick of this.
We don't even have to ban them anymore, though. Like, it's the moderator is kind enough to just prevent them from ever seeing the light of day.
Well, the system's probably like, this account has an unusually high amount of bans within minutes of talking. We should probably restrict that.
God struck him with lightning as he wrote it. Yes, true. Only.
I
So it gets
believe in a
worse.
merciful God, but that doesn't mean that God doesn't still have smite on his hot bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Witchcraft and devilry. Convinced he is going to die in the first task of the Tri-Wizard tournament, Harry Potter is desperate for a solution when a chance encounter with a moon-eyed girl.
I wonder who this could be.
I wonder who it could be. Ends with him
It's
borrowing a
Ranma.
book about devil summoning. He summons Rias Gremory, who leads him down a path that won't just save him from the tournament, but will rock the world. That's right. Harry Potter fucks Rias. 9K word chapter.
No, I'm pretty sure, let's be clear. In whatever relationship Rias is in, she does the fucking.
Yeah.
Completely random
Yeah.
thought, but going to the more traditional thing of like devil summoning comes at the cost of your soul depending on who you summon. Could Harry unwittingly use the Horcrux in place of his own soul?
Hi, I'd like to sell my soul. Which one? You have two. This
Like,
one.
could he
Yeah.
get away with that? Could he just solve the Voldemort problem with that?
I say
Well-
yes, specifically because him being hit by Avada Kedavra allowed him to kill the soul piece instead of himself.
But he wouldn't be selling a full soul. He'd only be selling 1/8 of a soul.
I'm sorry.
Yes,
I'm sorry.
but no.
You're right, but I want to. Here's what the thing. I want to see Rias be like, "Wait a minute. Why do you have 1 1/8 of a soul? You normal
So
human."
it does, but honestly, it's like I don't want to say that that would really matter, because the Harry Potter souls are not explicitly but implicitly outlining that creating a Horcrux does in fact like keep you alive, which also there's no limit on the amount you can make. Pretty much everything about the negative side effects of Horcruxes is entirely fanon.
I honestly don't know anything about them aside from they're an important plot point. I thought they were literally just protective totems.
Yeah, we did too, and then it turns out that actually they're soul pieces, and what you do is you commit murder, and then that shakes your soul, and then you can use the shaking of your soul to cut a chunk off and slap it into an object.
Okay. Well, the easy solution to that is whatever someone's like, oh, well, I'll tell you what, I'll take that one. Because it's been a while since I've had a good scavenger hunt on Earth.
I mean, that is the other angle you could always go, is that because you sold the soul, and then the soul technically belonged to you because it was given to you, therefore, because there's no one to protest your claim on the soul, the rest of the soul also belongs to the demon. So, I mean, there's a lot of ways you could swing it. But yes.
Apparently Jin read the story, and that is exactly what happens in the first chapter. Huh.
The plot point is that he reincarnates into Rias's peerage. Wow, that is incredibly cringe. And also, you don't have to sacrifice a soul to do any of that. I mean, the devils literally go around handing out pamphlets to summon people, to summon them without souls. Specifically without souls. They actually outline that souls are no longer involved in the contracts.
Taking souls didn't test well.
Yeah.
So we decided
Turns out,
in this case, that's probably exactly why the author did that.
Turns out that when you take the soul of your target, they can't resummon you. Can't charge them again. It's just really bad business overall.
Yeah, you know, the loan sharks that are successful are ones that don't go around breaking kneecaps. They just break other stuff.
Yeah, they don't. I mean, they break kneecaps, but you know that's like the last part. Like you failed for the last time.
Yeah, it's like, you know, I gave you 12 chances. You said no. Kneecaps today. You got one more chance. After that, no guarantees.
I'm also sure, Sneaky. You saying you failed the last time? I'm just imagining forced kneecapping.
Forced kneecap.
You have failed me.
And then the knee just inverts.
Oh. Either that or the world's most disgusting force pull.
Harry fucks Rias in the first chapter. Cringe. Him having an extra soul part is a plot point when Rias tries to reincarnate him. Cringe. Anyway, so moving on to more dog shit. See Skyrim. Yes, you do. High School DxD Inheritor. Everything was fine. He had good life, a girlfriend, annoying pervert friend, voice in head giving him weird advice. But apparently supernatural is real. Girlfriend is devil, his pervert friend also devil, that voice in head some kind of gift of God. Only problem is that is killed all a pat host and voice real want some tea.
Tea?
Huh?
Yes. And the story is primarily a humor supernatural story featuring lolly sex.
Truly, God needs
these are
to
the
return to
end times.
smiting.
Yes. Please do.
You know what? Can we get like a communal smite? Like if we can get like
If we can get 3,000 likes.
No.
No.
4,000 likes and I'll
Listen,
smite.
it needs to listen. Social media is a thing. It needs to be like it needs to be a higher number than that, right? Like. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, listen, we need a higher number for the smiting.
Alright, so moving on. Actually, it's just short enough. Let's see how bad it is. Our story began in darkness, the most bitch black darkness ever existed. Bitch black.
Yeah, I for a
Wait.
second I was like, did I just mishear him?
Did you speak?
He did not. That is, in fact, how the sentence started.
Hmm.
Yet at same time,
Oh,
it was
man.
brown, orange, blue, yellow, green, all more at once. For nothing existed yet, so nothing could truly describe this absence of sense. However,
hang on real
somehow,
quick.
some
Somebody
way,
go
in
look
this
up-
beginning of beginning,
See if
first
pitch
stage
black
of
is
life.
an actual color. I bet someone's made that as a color.
Oh,
Pitch
someone's
black?
absolutely made
Yeah.
that as a shade.
Yeah, probably.
It's gonna be some obscure shit, but someone has absolutely made that.
The first stage of life, death and emotion. I don't think that's the first stage of life.
Sure it is.
Hmm.
When you just get spawn camped or something? It all started from two shapes that moved or stayed still or something else or outside of nothing. One of these shapes was white and gold. It shifted, turned into, suddenly started to take form. Shape emerged, was smaller than rest. Followed by another and another. Shape after shape emerged from original. Sometimes they stayed, other times they didn't, until finally it took on form that had two shapes from underneath, two from its side, and one from above. One of these shapes was crimson red, paired black underline. When it shifted, unlike its companion, it shifted fast. Two arms followed by two legs emerged along with head. It quickly formed hair and eyes, hands and feet, ass and penis, one after another.
What?
What excellent writing.
What do you mean it formed? Ass and... What do you mean? What does that mean?
I don't think anyone was prepared for that.
What do you mean it formed ass and penis one after another?
Excuse you? What did I come back to?
Nothing. You came back at just the right time, buddy.
Good.
Also, it's implying there's no fucking body. So it's just a head with arms, feet, ass, and penis.
So he's a Skyrim character during character generation.
Apparently.
Listen. They got the most important parts in there, right?
Oh God. Yeah. Oh. Ugh. Whew. Okay.
No one was prepared for today.
No.
No. All right. Well, in an instant, it formed the shape of a young adult. What was hair, eyes, hands, feet, acid, penis? Is that
Yes.
the form of young adult? Oh God. Um, in an instant, it formed the shape of a young adult with crimson red eye, formed black star over both eye, 8 sides. Clothes quickly appeared over humanoid form with orange button-up shirt and black pant, and cape with fluffy end on both side appeared over his shoulders. These two beings looked at each other, one of curiosity, the other of confusion. The first of gold and white looked at form of it fellow and quickly formed body that was close. He grew more defined and brilliant coat of white hair as opposed to black hair appeared on its head and body formed quickly. For years only company these two beings had were each other. One had all knowledge that could ever be whilst
Whilst?
Whilst? What the fuck?
Whilst is a word.
It's an
one
old
had
world
all the
word, but it
knowledge
isn't
that
a
could
word.
ever be, whilst the other was full of emotion, endless ambition, and ideas. One of these ideas was a name, and so they named each other. Abaddon, Gold One spoke. Yahweh, Abaddon spoke. That's right. Abaddon is being included in the Christian religion now as an
Uh-huh.
equal deity.
No.
How do you feel about that, guys?
Death to the heretics.
Nose might have a point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One was called Yahweh, and the other one was called Abaddon.
This can only
Whoa.
end well.
And with this, they were filled with feeling of accomplishment. Really, bro? You're really gonna... Really? It was good feeling, Yahweh decided. Despite
Oh,
having
boy.
already known that it was a good feeling. Because he knows everything. As you so outlined. Not even a sentence ago.
Yeah, but you're expecting him to be able to write an omniscient character, which no one can do that right.
I don't expect... Forgotten King says, Sign's favorite kind of story. Lolly fucking. Yes. Nailed it.
Guilty of writing it.
You are writing it.
Not right now.
No.
I don't have an active story with Lully in it.
That's fair. Because the only two Tanya stories you're currently writing are both being paid off by people who do not want you to fuck the child.
There's that too. But no, even the DXD story doesn't actually have Lully in it.
That's like the one story.
That's the one I updated most recently.
Yes, but it's like the one story that if I was expecting Lolly out of, that would be it.
No? I mean, I get what you're saying.
Put Lolly into Worm, but you didn't put Lolly into DXD. Weird.
You're welcome.
As long as
No.
the Predatory and Madoka stories don't update ever again. Don't worry, we'll keep paying him so he doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, Madoka's kind of on the way back burner because the plot fizzled.
Yeah, because you fixed everything.
Exactly. At this point, it's just wrap up in a victory lap.
Let there be light, he then says. Yahweh then creates the heavens and the earth and the stars and the moon and the water and the earth. He created 2 earths. Wait,
I'm sorry,
Oh
what?
boy!
what the fuck? He creates the heavens and the earth, the stars and the moon, the water and the earth, the sky and the ground. You just said earth like 5 fucking times.
Okay, does he mean Earth the planet in the first
Yes.
one, or Earth the ground?
Earth the
And
planet.
the second one. Those are the second one. Earth the ground or Earth the planet?
Earth the planet.
But then the third time, he explicitly means the ground.
Yes, but that is part of the planet.
That's part of the planet, yes. I get it.
I think this man may be an idiot.
That's like
It's certainly
saying,
possible.
yeah, so I created a planet. First I created the planet, and then I created the ground of the planet, and then the water of the planet, and then the air of the planet. It's like, yeah, it's kind of implied when you say you created the planet.
Well, no. Actually, if he's doing it in order as we suspect actual planetary creation, not snap my fingers and make it happen planetary creation is done, then yes, he is listing out the steps for making a planet proper.
No, he isn't.
With the
Water doesn't source first. Ground sources first.
no ground sources first. No, yes.
Yes.
He is doing the individual elements as he should.
No, he isn't. He says heavens and the earth. Earth is in the planet. He creates the stars and the moon. The moon came after the planet. The water and the earth. Earth is in the planet. So he says he created the planet, and that he created the things after and before the planet, and then he creates the water on the planet that doesn't exist yet, and then he creates the planet again, and then he creates the sky around the planet that doesn't exist yet, and then he creates the ground, finally, for the planet to exist.
Yeah, but don't worry about it. It's okay.
That is
because
not
God
in order!
God is both atemporal and acausal. He can make them
That
in
is
any
not in order!
It's the right order because he's God.
Atemporal, this fist up your ass!
Sneaky is very opinionated on this.
Now, I want to be clear. I
Yes,
hate
just quote Genesis. It's like, just
agreeing with Sign, okay? I really hate agreeing with Sign. He is, however, correct, since at least in the Bible, God is purported to be all powerful and all knowing, which means that for him, time is merely a suggestion.
Omniscient,
Yes.
omnipotent, and
However,
omnipresent.
when you're telling the story, much like how you don't say the blue giant old dragon, yeah,
All right. The difference is he's God, so he can say the blue giant old dragon, and the
Okay.
words to just rearrange themselves.
that's
In
cool.
your...
God can do whatever he wants, but if you're going
The
to
author
tell
isn't
someone
God,
else
despite their
what
delusion.
God did, you have to tell it in an order that makes sense to other people.
Don't tell authors how to identify.
I will. Yahweh created it all. By the way, he created night and day before darkness.
He's God.
Well, you see, listen, he needed to create darkness, especially.
I know.
the
God
edgy
created
force.
it all. However, Yahweh was not alone, because while he worked, Abaddon watched. And he created the stars and the moon. And Abaddon watched.
Whoa.
And he formed the seas and the creatures in it, and Abaddon watched. And one day, Yahweh was working. He heard a sound ring out across the empty abyss that was now filled.
Did
How is
Abaddon
the
make
abyss-
space whales?
How is the abyss empty?
Yes.
He watched an asteroid fell toward planet he was working on, and he watched it exploded, and all of his time was wasted.
Oh, it's a good thing he made 2 planets then, isn't it?
God is all-knowing, yet didn't know an asteroid that he created would hit the planet that he created.
Oh shit, I thought I left that on the nightstand.
What the fuck do you mean that science project hit the other science project?
This author just recreated the Ruby gods and named them Yahweh and Abaddon? Yes.
Sounds
I mean,
like...
yes.
In many such cases.
It was then Abaddon took action. With a mere thought, he destroyed the asteroid. So the asteroid hit the planet, and then Abaddon's like, oh damn, that's terrible, and then deletes the asteroid.
After
Oh
it hits
no!
the planet.
Anyway.
Gotta hide my evidence.
After it hits the planet. Yeah. And he destroyed it down to its atoms, and then he deleted the atoms. It was erased from time and space, and would have been removed from any being's memories unless they were Yahweh himself. That's right, he deleted it from causality. And Yahweh was shocked by this power that he didn't know his brother had.
Despite the fact that he's all-powerful and should definitely know about this and be able to replicate it at will.
And despite being explicitly said to be all-knowing, yes. Oh, God. As opposed to his creation and light, Abaddon was destruction and extinction. Abaddon was pleased. Pleased he had found his purpose. Purpose of what? Deleting asteroids?
Man is the most powerful asteroids player in existence.
I am the god of creation, and I am the god of asteroid blowing upping.
No,
We
come
are
on,
the brother
Sneaky.
gods.
Sneaky. It's the god of asteroid smiting. Get it right.
Like this dick. And so anyway, pleased that he had found his calling of blowing up asteroids, and so together they became the brothers of creation and destruction, and set out to create all of these things.
Yep,
And
it's
so
the Ruby fam, the Ruby guy.
Yahweh created the Milky Way, you know, afterwards as an afterthought, and then Abaddon created black holes, and then Yahweh again created stars and planets again. And then Abaddon blew up the planets. And then one day, Yahweh created angels, and so... And
so?
And so Abaddon creates the Dova to join the angels in heaven.
I'm sorry, the what?
I'm sorry, how's he creating anything? We've got a pretty strict hierarchy here. One is creating, the other is smashing.
Yeah, well, you know...
Who's smashing in buttons?
You know, he made a couple of dragons, you know? He made a couple Dragonborn. That's a great reaction image. Honestly, I'm saving that reaction image. Yeah, Ruby drinks some suicide cup, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so he creates the Dova, Skyrim. And then one day, Yahweh had an idea, and that idea turned into a garden. And then in the garden, he made things, and then he made Adam, and then that was the first man. And then both of the brothers gave him like a shit ton of gifts and blessings and power-ups. And then they gave him a mate. But both of them gave a single rule that they absolutely had to follow.
Pull out, bro. Pull out.
Oof.
Yahweh told them to never eat from the tree of knowledge or the tree of life. Abaddon told them not to destroy anything that was given to them.
Wait, did you say single rule?
Yeah, they each gave him a single rule. Each god gave him a single. However, an angel saw what his beloved creators was doing and believed he could do it better. And so
Oh, okay, so now we're just gonna start cribbing from Tolkien. Good to know.
Cribbing from Tolkien is a long-held tradition.
Classic. Yes.
I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying, let's be clear, right? We're cribbing from Tolkien.
Get your Bible right. It was only a tree of knowledge. Yeah, but now it's the tree of life and knowledge, bro.
Well, there were actually two trees, the tree of life and the tree of knowledge. It's just man had already had the tree of life.
Samael descended upon the Garden of Eden and convinced Lilith. Oh my god, this. Convinced Lilith to eat the apple of knowledge, and then Samael and Lilith were banished for their misdeeds, and then sin emerged into existence. Samael then changed his name to Lucifer, and then they stewed in the pit of hell. How God was unfair.
That's not what happened.
Honestly, personally speaking, I really like the Pandora's box myth way more. To explain darkness in the world. It's like, yeah, I don't know. I think Christianity really dropped the ball with that one of like, oh yeah, we ate from the tree of knowledge, and therefore we became knowledgeable, which means we knew things like how to do bad things. And so because we could now think about doing bad things, we were then banished from the Garden of Purity. Which, I mean, yeah, I guess that's fair enough.
That's not technically what it was. You have it mostly right. They ate from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, and because of that, well, first of all, they ate from the tree and they directly disobeyed God. That's the reason they're kicked out. Right? That, full stop, that's the reason they got kicked out. The reason God didn't want them to eat from the tree of knowledge of good and evil was because if they ate from the tree, they would then comprehend sin, and they'd be capable of, like, deliberately sinning, and they would have moral culpability for their actions.
Also shame and everything else.
Yeah.
All of that good stuff.
Oh, but anyway, my point is more along the lines. I like Pandora's box because, you know, it starts off with you know, a woman fucking up, but
so does the Garden of Eden story.
Yeah, just like the Garden of Eden story. But more specifically, it's that when evil was unleashed upon the world, you know, hope was found at the bottom. And I kind of like that idea a little bit, you know, just as a storytelling component. Because like, because the lessons you learn from the Garden of Eden is to listen to your betters. Which is, The lesson you learn from Pandora's box is shit's gonna be bad, but no matter how bad shit is, there is still hope of things getting better.
Also, don't fuck around with shit you don't understand.
That too. That's a good
I mean, okay, that one could literally be a listen to your like, don't mess with shit you don't understand, because the weird otherworldly entity said, don't open the fucking box.
Yes.
Have you considered not touching the fucking thing I told you not to touch?
But the positioning of everything is different. Like, Pandora wasn't created by them. You know, she wasn't beholden to them in the same way that Adam and Eve would be beholden to God. You know, etc., etc. Literally, it's an elder versus a parent. Pressing controller buttons. I think it's probably either Atin or Gray.
Yeah, that'd be me.
Anyway, yeah. So God, being all-knowing, would know they were going to not obey him.
So he set them up to fail to begin with. Oh, wait, but what about free will? He's all knowing. There is no such thing.
That's
Well, no,
not.
Sign. That's not how
No.
that works. If I know
That's
that
not
you're
how that
going to
works.
turn left because I gave you the ability to turn left, I haven't made you turn left. I've just let you choose to turn left, and I know that you're going to turn left.
Right, but
then-
if you give someone an instruction that you know they will, without a doubt, fail, because you know everything, and therefore, before you even give them the instruction, you know they will fail it. And then they fail the instruction, and you're like, well, I told you not to do that. Now you have to be
I have to
punished.
punish you now.
Even though I knew from the start you were always going to fail.
It's kind of a dick move.
It's why personally, if I have to ascribe any higher deity to, and I'm talking about higher deity, I'm not talking about like Zeus and shit, right? I'm talking about like top origin shit, right? I am a deist, as in the clockmaker deist understanding of if something did create the universe, they have long since fucked off because much like the clockmaker, they know everything that's going to happen inside it. So they're not going to be super interested in doing reruns.
It's not like the world is a roguelike to them.
Yeah. Unless...
Well, there are those theories that we're living in a, virtual reality.
Well... So, man, even my chat's calling you a Calvinist.
Shut up, Calvinist.
Silence, Calvinist. The free willers are talking. But as I was saying,
we have unfortunately returned to the lesser quality mic.
ah, yes, rip. Oh, what was I saying? Calvinist, religion. Right, simulation theory, right, yeah. Time doesn't actually exist. Not in the way we understand it. On a general level. Time is created by mass. And mass's effect on other mass. And that's how time works. We figured this out actually by radioactive decay, particles being loaded up onto really fast jets. And we had one jet farther away from the Earth going the same speed as a jet that was closer to the Earth. And the jet that was farther away from the Earth actually had its radiological clock be slower than the one that was closer to the Earth.
Well, no, hang on. That doesn't mean time itself functions differently the further away from the gravity field it is. That just means that that particular timepiece functioned differently in a different state of gravity. It does not change temporal theory at all. It just means one clock ran slightly faster than the other because it was closer to the Earth.
That's literally what I just said.
It sounded like you were saying that time runs faster, as in time itself, not clocks. That time itself runs faster, closer to a gravity source.
Yes, it does.
It does. Just like the closer you are to the speed of light, the slower that time is.
Yeah. And on top of that, if you ever get caught in a event horizon of a black hole, you actually will never know it. Because as far as you're concerned, the next 100,000 years are happening at the same normal speed of the 10 seconds that everyone else is watching you get sucked into the black hole as you turn into a spaghetti.
Oof.
So, yeah, time does drastically get affected by speed. It gets affected by mass. Gets affected by gravity wells. A whole bunch of many fun things. Time is a result. It is not a force, is basically what I'm trying to say. A lot of people think of time as some sort of, like, element, I guess, when it's more like fire. Fire will burn hotter or faster or slower depending on the material involved, how much of the material there is, how much oxygen or other reactant is present, etc., etc. It's a result, not a existence onto itself. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. We're going to talk about the sin of rape and why dragons are raping white women.
What the fuck, Sneaky?
I read ahead. He's not making it up.
We have unfortunate news. He's not making it up.
What the actual...
So anyway, Adam needed a new partner, so Abaddon convinced his brother to gift Adam a new wife. And together, Adam and Eve were happy, but the partner of Lucifer, his dragon brother, was angry and lustful. With the sin of his other half, he grew arrogant and attempted to rape Eve. But when Eve escaped, it cried out that Eve had eaten the apple. Angels and Dova were not able to lie, so everyone just immediately believed the dragon and just assumed that Eve was lying about eating the apple. You know, despite God knowing everything.
You're fucking omniscient.
Man, people really don't understand that, do they?
Nope.
People are stupid. More news at fucking 11.
Yep.
Many such cases.
However, Adam would not stand for this. He came and took a bite from each apple alongside his wife. When Yahweh and Abaddon returned, they learned of the events and were furious. Yahweh's rage shook the cosmos, and Abaddon's fury ripped a hole in dimensions. When Abaddon learned of the crimes of the dragons, he appeared before it in righteous fury, and for its crime, Abaddon banished it to the gap. Oh, okay, so this is how the Great Red was born. He's a giant, horny dragon. Okay.
I can't believe he got sent to the Gap of all places.
Yeah, the gap between, the nearest so far inside his body.
I was about to listen. Listen, this deity needs to step it up. He can punish things much more severely by condemning them to gap for all time.
Indeed. They must,
to the defunct clothing store. To the defunct clothing stores with you.
Gap was actually the first clothing store.
Well, it's defunct now.
It is the Alpha and Omega. I'd rather be banished to the thigh gap.
No,
Yeah.
see, you want that. So no.
Yes.
You'll be banished to the thigh gap of the nearest twink.
No.
Send him to Detroit.
Another finger curls on the monkey's paw.
Is this bad Bible fan fiction? No, this is High School DxD.
Which is technically
Which is
just bad Bible fanfiction.
Fiction.
I suppose, yeah.
Just
Wait,
not
so
this
the
bad.
god who can destroy shit to atoms, instead of destroying this dragon, instead throws him into the gap to punish him. Indeed. Eve and Adam were invited to come back to the garden, but they refused, and they spoke of distrust of the angels. There could be angels around here in this neighborhood.
God damn it.
I hate dragons. There could be dragons here. DxD would be 5 times better if it was based off the Quran. Probably.
Not really.
No, it would, because then insulting it would be insulting the Prophet Muhammad. Angels aren't people.
Oh, we should keep doing that.
Yeah, angels aren't people.
That's true. They're not.
Yeah.
Literally not.
Indeed.
But
the brother gods, Yahweh and Allah.
But no, Allah is not by the canon.
Oh god, that's funny.
2 out of 3 books have the same god.
Indeed.
Yes. They mostly came from similar regions.
Yes.
You might even say some of them were fictional fans of the others.
Right? Well, I mean, didn't you know that
wait, guys, are you saying the sequel trilogy is bad?
Yes.
I'm going to kill you.
The Desert Trilogy.
Oh, I didn't know it was Dune.
Yeah, basically.
I mean,
where do you think Dune
I'm joking.
No, hang on a minute. Unlike Dune, I can give a shit about the main characters in the Bible.
Oh, god damn it. So anyway, Yahweh then blessed them with the strength that was second to none of his other creations. He then gave them the freedom they deserved and wished for. Adam gifted Adam a pair of special eyes that would allow him to see through everything. You might also know his powers from the records of Ragnarok.
Oh, fuck off.
And Eve was given the ability to heal and protect everyone. Together, Adam and Eve lived happily, but they faced hardships, such as the death of their son Abel and Cain.
That is
suicide.
But they persevered, and then they entered heaven and were reunited with Abel. Years passed, and Yahweh governed the earth, and Abaddon searched. He then discovered 2 other beings born out of the dimensional gap that were as strong as Yahweh and himself. Anyway, the Great Red, known as the Great Red, and the Formless Girl, known as Ophis. He discovered why the 2 hadn't emerged until now. They fought the twisted and corrupted form of the dragon known as Trihexa. The beast of Apocalypse was strong, but Abaddon was stronger. Together, they pushed Trihexa away to the far reaches of the dimensional gap, but it would never stay gone. So, a dragon that he created somehow mutated to be stronger than Yahweh, Abaddon, Great Red, and Ophis together.
Hang on. So you're saying this does in fact answer the old question, wait, if God's omnipotent, can he make something stronger than himself?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yes. Then I guess he's not omnipotent.
Yeah.
No, the thing that he made is just omnipotent +1, you fucking loser.
Ah, yes, the good old infinity plus one.
More dragons were born. Tiamat, Drake, Albion, Anduin, Parthenax, Dunavir.
Okay, we're just shitting out all the dragons. Got it.
So he's just pulling them straight from Skyrim. Okay.
Uh, all right. Until eventually a great war was born. Wars are not born. Author, what the?
If wars were born, the American military-industrial complex would never stop having them.
Hmm.
The faction led by Lucifer and Lilith, the faction led by Azazel and other angels who fell from grace, and the heavenly faction all clashed. Yahweh asked his brother not to interfere, for he felt that this war was his fault, which would lead to a story unlike any other. Wow. Wow. Yeah, we're done. We're done with the chapter. That's
Oh,
it.
thank
We're done.
fuck.
Yeah. Leave
It's
a
all-
review.
No.
Oh, author!
Dear author, this sucks.
I know that this website is called Fanfiction.net, but I'm really struggling to figure out what you are a fan of aside from huffing your own farts.
Surprise you ended that. An ad started playing.
I
Lamau.
think I lost brain
Perfect
cells.
timing. Oh, you only just lost brain cells? You didn't lose
That's what Killian
sand
said.
score?
Let's see. I've been drinking this whole time, so I've been taking that temporary sand damage to my temp HP.
Taking temp sand damage to prevent you from taking perma sand damage.
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah. Big brain. Sand points unaffected, indeed.
Liquid HP.
Also,
This is what we call a gamer move.
Can you people
Oh,
hear
gamer
the
move.
old man caterwauling when she's coming around the mountain?
What?
No.
Okay, good. You
What?
can't hear that.
What is bro on about?
Outside my apartment building, there's some old man screaming about when she's coming around the mountain.
Oh, is she coming around the mountain?
Oh,
Oh, good for that guy. What the fuck is this?
You don't want the answer to that.
What?
Is this real? I have to know. This is real. Posting this and shit.
Oh no.
Oh, this. God damn it, Sneaky.
Slavic home renovation simulator?
This feels like it might be VR if it is real.
That's VR.
I need it to be real.
No, I think it's literally just a game called the Home Renovator or something. I've seen a few pop up.
So, Max, the Soul Ash saga has concluded. I've posted it in gaming.
Oh, how did it conclude?
Pretty fucking good.
No, this is a real game called Low Budget Repairs.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Oh no.
Coming to
Good
Steam.
lord.
Release date yet to be announced, but this
Jesus
is a real
Christ.
game. Oh boy.
Oh.
Anyway,
I'm so glad.
A dragonborn and a nun. A young Dovahkiin meets Asia Argento, who has been excommunicated and then teleported to Nurm. The author?
What in the fuck?
Nerm?
Nurm?
The fuck's a Nerm?
I don't know.
That's just the thing. We have no idea what the fuck a Nerm is.
She got teleported to Nurm. As he tries to find a way to send her homeworld on the horizon, drums of begin to beat, and new conflict threaten to appear.
Just share
A
that with the class as
dragonborn
well.
harem. $80 chapters. 9K words per chapter.
$80 chapters.
80 chapters. Bro's been updating for 3 years now. That is a pretty crazy update, right? It's a real shame that it fucking sucks. Like,
If only he'd put that into something else.
yeah, I mean, pretty much, yeah. I mean, what am I supposed to say? Like, Bro decided he was going to dedicate a massive chunk of his life to writing a story that was so mediocre that I can't even make fun of it.
Aggressively mid.
Aggressively mid. I mean, don't get me wrong, he got a whole bunch of spelling incorrect, but it's not really a massive own. Anyway, Lint Selzen is certainly one of the choices of all time for a waifu. Yeah, yeah, it is. Lint,
What's she from?
DXD.
Oh, that's
She's
I thought you were saying Lynn, and I was like, what's wrong with Lynn?
No, Lint. Yeah. She's the failed female clone of Siegfried, created by the Catholic Church.
Huh?
Yeah.
Not even touching this.
Apparently, the Catholic Church runs a massive cloning operation, except the only person they try to clone is Siegfried, and all of the clones fail.
Every single one.
Until they turn on the titty button, and then it succeeds.
No.
Of course it
No,
does.
no. Actually, the closest they got to succeeding was a normal Siegfried clone that got broken out by a bunch of terrorists, and so he went and became a terrorist. And he was the closest to inheriting Siegfried's will.
Wait, is that Freed?
No, Siegfried.
No.
Freed was called Freed because he's a clone of Siegfried, but no, he was not.
So Freed is a clone of Siegfried. They retconned that.
Yes. No, that wasn't a retcon. That was apparently the plan since the beginning. Yep.
Bullshit.
I mean, they did choose the name Freed.
Shit.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, his special power let him grow extra arms so he could use more swords.
So he's General Grievous.
Yes. Ishibumi made the church cartoon levels of evil. Yeah. But, you know, Japanese author. Minor amounts of disgruntlement towards the Catholic Church.
Just a small amount.
Small amount. You also had 2 twice criticals? Yeah. Yeah, no, you can get more than one.
You can have more than one? I thought you could only have one.
Yeah, fuck you. that's the reason why. No, that's
it's
literally the
attached
reason.
to your soul.
Yeah, well, that's the reason that was given. Fuck you.
Fuck you, that's why, okay.
Yeah.
He split one to each arm. Oh, fuck you.
Yeah. So yeah, this story is aggressively mediocre. Anyway, moving on. High School DxD times The Crow. I have never heard of this. Vengeance overcomes death. Reuben Knight died a year ago. Now he is in Japan seeking exorcist and fallen angel to kill them in name of vengeance. But his trail will not stop there, for 2 murderers are merely pawns in someone else's game, and he will have vengeance, The Crow promises. Original character times massive DxD harem.
But, my dude, the Crow is literally an undead. That's kind of gross.
Gamer Dragon. An exchange student haunted by a mistake from his past arrives in Kuo and quickly learns world is a lot more dangerous than he imagined. OC times massive harem, and Issei also gets a massive harem.
So Issei gets his canon harem, gotcha.
High School DxD times W. Harry does not like how his mother and father forget about him, and so he meets his grandfather, who allows him to become what he really is. Harry Potter times Tonks. Okay.
Sure, whatever. Whatever gets you to stop writing sooner, author.
I always love me a good shitty Harry Potter story because it's always like a really lens into the author's world where they're like, oh man, Harry was abused. That means he was raped. It's like, you never got
No.
hit, did you?
Maybe no, I'm not gonna say that.
Bro doesn't know what a belt tastes like.
Yeah. To Harry, the worst part of life was when he was 4 years old on October 31st, 1981, when Voldemort attacked. He found that both adult Potters were out of house and their children were being looked after by a babysitter. He moved into the house, quickly killed babysitter, and started to find the one that would stop him, and he found them both children of the Potters. Girl who was barely and older brother.
Girl who was barely, huh?
Yeah.
So the way that's written actually makes it sound like Harry's the one who came in and killed everyone.
Okay, so I'm not the only one who heard that.
No, you're not.
Harry
like, wait,
Potter
did I
from the
mishear?
future kicks down his own door and said, "That's all right. Harry Potter's dying tonight."
Jesus.
I'm sorry, a Harry Potter who's just so done with life goes back in time as Voldemort is sitting on the floor. Oh, you dumbass. I gotta do this myself.
Okay, calm down, Emia.
Takes gun, shoots himself.
Harry, fate stay night was not a suggestion.
Potter.
He took it as an instruction manual.
You see, his name is now Potter.
Oh no.
God damn it, Sneaky.
The only way to kill a Potter is with a Potter.
What he didn't know is that bullet only penetrated little Harry's brain. It didn't actually kill him. It gave him super magic powers.
Okay,
by
worm,
channeling lead.
Oh, so hey, it's Harry Potter the Boomer?
You take that back.
Bro, boomers are all lead brain.
His body is made of lead.
My body is made of lead. My blood is gunpowder.
God damn
Lead,
My
lead
brain will
within,
never achieve intelligence higher than 3.
lead within, lead without.
Sneaky, you were literally reading my mind. Fuck off.
This is going into the U.S. Engineers Manual.
Yes.
U.S. Engineers Manual, page 1. Do not set off the nuke. Damn, this
Page
looks hard.
Do not copy the Roman Empire.
Stage 3. Stop wanting to fuck the planes.
No.
Stage 4. Copy the Roman Empire.
But not the lead pipe
Did
thing.
you know that a lot of the engineers in the Air Force are plain sexual, and they found out that engineers who were obsessing over the planes because they wanted to fuck them in an anthropomorphic fashion, not in a toaster fucking fashion, actually had a higher rates of repair success?
Yes.
Of course they did. Because they're War Thunder players.
Because they're plain sexual. They take care of their waifu.
Yeah, they literally the U.S. Air Force was like, all of these guys go home and masturbate to the thought of fucking an anthropomorphized version of the plane they just repaired today, but we can't fire them because they're actually repairing the planes better for free.
Yeah.
Are you worried there might be semen in my cockpit? I'm not worried. I know it's there.
Why do you think they call it?
Ladies and gentlemen.
I will have you know, it's not called the cockpit just for naming sense.
The dick dimple.
Anyway. So a girl who was barely and her older brother. Voldemort pulled out his gat and pointed it at the other two children.
Little did he know, his gat was illegal, and the British Super Bobbies were already on the way. Have you got a license for that gat?
Oh, bruv.
Hold!
That gat!
Hold up there, governor! You're breaking the law!
Voldemort pulled out his wand and pointed it at the older of the two children. As wand tip glowed green, a voice filled the air. I would not do that if I was you, voice said red glow-filled room. If you send that curse, I will not let it land, and you will die, the voice told him. But he did not care. He was Lord Voldemort.
Is a schizophrenic AI writing this?
he was Lord Voldemort.
Did he find Cruel's AI? Did he borrow it?
No, Cruel's AI would be better than that.
Okay, fair.
Nothing stood in his way. Avada Kedavra, Voldemort called out as stake of like shot out red blot shot out at wait.
A stake of light, eh?
A stake of like shot out, the red shot back at it.
What?
What did he mean by this?
What did bro
yeah,
mean?
I'm just gonna read this again, just to be clear. I am not editing this sentence. I am not exaggerating. I am not replacing words.
Creatively misinterpreting.
Voldemort called out as the stake of like shot out, the red shot back at it, cutting through the curse. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why Voldemort is conjuring stakes and beating small children with them.
Okay, I think what the author is trying to say is that Voldemort is facing somebody. He throws the killing curse and somebody else shoots a red light at him, which blows through the killing curse, which is not a thing that you can do. Unless you're Harry and have the Brother Wands thing going on.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I just have the mental image now of some wizard, like, getting shouted at by a vegan. Your steak is murder, blah, blah, blah. He's just like, Conjurus Steakus! And slaps the vegan in the face with a steak.
Sneaky picks up table leg, goes to hit vegan. Ah, wait, this might be assault. Turns it into a steak.
Now it's murder.
Oh, right, my bad. Yeah, I did actually end up misreading that. It's streak, not steak. But that doesn't really improve the sentence.
No.
Chaos obliteration! The voice called out as the curse rebounded and wiped Dark Lord to praises.
Did you just say, and then everyone clapped?
And wiped the Dark Lord to praises. And then the red energy shielded both children. Wraith fled the house. But as it was said, this was start of worst part of his life. When both parents returned to find their home, they ran upstairs and saw their children unharmed with a robe and wand on the floor. The man was a tall, thin man, hazel eyes, with untidy black hair that stuck up at the back. He wore black trousers, dark red belt tucked in button-up shirt, dark brown robe over his shoulders. Lily, we have to get Albus to have look before going after Peter. Huh?
What does Peter have to do with anything in this situation?
Well, I
Man said
assume
to his wife,
that Peter Pettigrew is still a shitlord because Voldemort's in the room.
Yes.
but he's
That's a
not,
fair
though. Just a robe and a wand are in the room. Not. There's no body.
Yeah, but they know Peter's the one that betrayed them.
I
Yeah,
guess.
like
His
they know.
wife was beautiful, with thick, dark red hair that fell to her shoulders and almond-shaped, bright green eyes.
Almond shaped.
Oh, hey,
Yeah.
they've got the green eyes thing going. Where's the blue eyes coming?
So basically, she can't see at all.
Yeah,
No, bro's got that J-type fascination there.
Yeah. She was dressed in red blouse with ankle-length brown skirt like her husband.
Excuse you?
very interesting, Mr. Potter.
She had a dark brown cloak on her shoulders. I know, James, Lily told him as they picked up their children and apparated away. They both appeared outside large castle before rushing in, holding their children. The two of them moved from floor to floor until they reached entrance to where they needed to go, guarded by a gargoyle. Skittles, James told the gargoyle, who moved aside, and they made their way in. They walked up to man behind a desk. He had long white beard, dressed in flashy purple robe with silver star over the robe. James, Lily, what are you doing here? The man asked them. Albus, Voldemort attacked. James said to the man, whose eyes shot wide before looking at them. Then Sirius, Albus said, before James shook his head. It was Peter we had as a secret keeper. Sirius made sure to keep that as a lie, so they would go after him instead, Lily said as she held her son close.
Hold the fuck on. Isn't it canon that Dumbledore's the one that cast the Fidelis?
Yes.
Then he would know it was Peter, not Sirius, unless he either obliviated himself or or James obliviated him, one or the other.
Yes, that is a common fan fiction point in the fact that Dumbledore all along the truth. Yes.
Yes.
Voldemort's MI6 handler, watching him get tracked down due to his illegal gun collection by Muggle authorities despite being a magical terrorist. Yes, the ATF kicked down his door.
Listen, man, you don't want to fuck with the ATF.
Don't fucking shoot your dog, dude.
The real reason Voldemort went off the deep end.
They killed his fucking pet dog, yeah.
My dog is a stuffed dog full of Tannerite.
Yeah, like the problem is that okay, right. So the problem is that it's really hard to write a Harry Potter story without bashing Dumbledore. And
yeah,
that's because the way J.K. Rowling wrote Dumbledore was
retarded.
Retarded, yes. He's supposed to be this guy who has his thumb on the scales of everything, but you know he's really busy and he makes mistakes. Except he somehow makes like really blatant political mistakes, despite having held office for like 60
50 years.
Yeah.
Since World War II.
Yeah, and then on top of that, you know, he knew who was the real secret keeper, and then did nothing, and then he just let Cyrus be in jail arbitrarily, even though he knew Cyrus was innocent the whole time and could easily get him out at any time. And then, you know, let Remus just kind of fucking waste away, despite, you know, being able to easily employ him in probably one of his many jobs. And if he couldn't, he could ask for a favor from someone, and it was written that Dumbledore is super well liked by a large portion of the population, so if Dumbledore came and was like, hey, I want you to hire this guy, like, a lot of people would say okay. Like, I just don't get it. Like, it's really hard to write Dumbledore without making it look like bashing, because just writing canon Dumbledore is bashing.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, canon Dumbledore's kind of a fucking asshole.
That or he's a senile old man, one or the other.
Yeah.
To be fair, you can be both.
Yeah.
Yes.
If today's elderly population has taught me anything, you can be both.
Yes.
Fair.
Anyway, are they all right? Blah, blah, blah. Fine. We came straight here. He casted spells at the kids. Harry's weak on magic. Rose is fine. They have scars on their heads. Snape came in. He's dead. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Dumbledore. That's right. Yeah, Voldemort's just gone. He's been deleted by the Red Voice. It seems that he's still out there. Actually, it seems that he was weakened by Rose Potter. What? So he openly tells them that Harry is very low on magic, but Rose isn't. And then goes, obviously, this means that Rose protected Harry and killed Voldemort?
I wouldn't think on it too much.
I mean,
Well,
I
you
would,
have to
because the
have-
author's an idiot.
I
So someone
will.
has to do the thinking here.
Yeah.
We have to have a reason for Wrong Boy Who Lived and future fuck-ups and bashings with the family.
Can't forget the incest.
Oh, yes, there's that too.
Can we forget the incident? Can we? Please?
No.
Atin
No.
can't forget the incest.
Excuse you.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Why
He's played Fire Emblem.
Bro, Supernatural exists.
Oof.
But why
mean
are you
Justice
bashing him with
Quest?
Supernatural? I made the joke that was obvious.
Because
No,
I literally, that was the first joke I ever made with him after we got done talking about Dota. And I made the Supernatural joke to him, and he was like, well, yes, everyone has made that joke to me ever. Please never
Yes.
bring it up again.
Everyone at the college. Everyone at that fucking college. There was in fact, if you recall, there was a period I told people I was an only child, not because I am in any way ashamed of my sibling, but because, oh my god, I was so sick of the fucking jokes.
Fair.
I was like, if I just tell them that I don't have a sibling, then they won't make the joke. And they didn't.
Yeah. Weird how that works. Anyway, sorry, I had to blow my nose there.
Sure you don't mean get a refill?
No, he wouldn't.
No, if I was doing drugs, I would do them live.
I mean
You
the
would,
alcohol, Sneaky.
Yeah. If I was doing drugs, I would do them live. Unless you're into unless you have some sort of fetish about noses and mucus, then kindly perish.
Well, one of us here is named the Nose, so
I have nothing to do with noses. I just picked it because I liked Bobobo and I kept the name.
Well, to be clear, he also has a schnoz that could rival Bobobo.
Me?
No, me.
He's talking
the
about
nose.
nose.
Oh, okay, yeah, I was gonna say. I was like, what the fuck? My nose isn't that fucking big.
What the fuck? I need to rewatch Bobobo. That show's great.
It is. You should rewatch it.
it just seemed like stupid humor. It did not catch my interest
It was
at all.
meant to be just exaggeratively stupid. It wasn't really deep.
Yeah.
It's got a point.
That doesn't appeal.
Anyway, word spread and blah blah blah. Nothing changed except actually everything changed. And his parents just totally forgot about Harry. They stopped calling him down for food. They stopped talking to him about his day. They would forget him at school.
What the fuck?
So they made his sister the golden child and ignored Harry. Gotcha.
Yeah, for some reason they just arbitrarily just pretended Harry didn't exist. In fact, no one remembered Harry existed because he didn't get letters, gifts, or even a Merry Christmas from anyone. He was totally forgotten about by everyone ever. Harry Potter, but Dumbledore's actually Aizen, but actually Aizen's Orochimaru.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut up.
But no, all of that bullshit is just typical Harry wrong boy who lived
But
set up
actually
shit.
Orochimaru is Ozpin.
Stop.
It just keeps
Yes.
getting worse.
Yes.
Shut up.
It's Dumbledore. Just to bring it full circle, but actually Ozpin is Dumbledore.
Well, yes, that is what it is. Because if Dumbledore is actually Aizen, who's actually Orochimaru, who's actually Ozpin, therefore Dumbledore is Ozpin.
I request that you shut the fuck up.
No. Rejected. False. He sat on a log near a lake by his house where he could hear his parents celebrating his sister. And he hated his parents and he hated his sister, and then he just walked into the lake. And then a guy walked up to him and he was like, "Oh boy, you going for a swim?" And he was like, "Really, you looked real fancy." And Harry's like, "Yeah." "Can I ask your name?" "Harry." "Harry or anything else?" "Harry Potter." "Ah, so you're my grandchild. You are my grandfather. Did your mother never tell you about me? I am Sparta Dark Knight." "You are the son of Sparta."
Just to bring back
"I
this
am
level.
the storm that is approaching." And then a black phoenix appears in a burst of blue flame, and Lincoln Park and whisked him away to his real parents, Dante and
Yes.
Virgil. Oh, God. "Would you go with me to go to a place where you will not be forgotten?" And so blah, 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 this is just Sparta's grandson, blah, 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 come on.
Come on, show me a good time.
So anyway, Lily, her name is actually Lilith.
Fuck off.
Oh, fuck right off.
And so anyway, Sparta walks in and is like, "Yeah, so I finished killing the clan that killed your mother. I've come to visit you, and I was told you had a son and a daughter." He's like, "Yes, Harry and Rose, and here is Rose right now, and where is Harry?" "Oh, I think he's upstairs. He must be really busy." Then Sparta's eyes glowed yellow, and Lily saw it. And then two dragon-like wings formed behind him. "So what Harry told me was not a lie after all, and to think you would be worse than your sister." "Silence, Lilith! Your son was about to go drown himself, and I raised you better than that. He should have just used the Vada Kedavra."
Oh my god.
Low tier Sparta.
Low tier Sparta. And then Rowena and Helga, who were super hot and immoral, became his first harem mates. Yeah.
Yeah, sure, whatever, author.
Turns out Godric and Salazar were also women, but got gender flipped in history due to sexism. I've seen that before too.
And they also became his women. Don't forget that part.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's just obvious at that point. Anyone with a name
Of
in the
course.
story.
Yes.
This ain't FGL, but it could be.
It could be.
Don't you know that's how Harry Potter fanfiction works?
Blah, blah, blah. There's no need for this. Harry wouldn't have killed himself. Yeah, I looked into his mind, Lilith. I saw the truth. Harry is under my care now. He'll be coming with me. Can I get letters to hear about how Harry is doing? Yes, yearly letters.
Bam.
Okay,
Bitch,
then.
you care enough to look into your own child who is about to kill himself. Why the fuck would you get letters letting you know that he hasn't killed himself every year?
Well, no, that's her negotiation with him. Wait, before you take my child from me, can I at least get a yearly notification of him not being dead?
You didn't care enough to find out yet.
Right?
Ozpin vs. Dumbledore in a bad headmaster face-off. The real death battle. Dumbledore kills Ozpin. Ozpin reincarnates into Dumbledore.
Ozpin wins by default.
The infinite
Um,
loop of reincarnation.
Blah, blah, blah. I'm a quarter devil. Also, your royalty above the 72 pillars. Hello, Albedo, my queen.
Oh, fuck off.
Albedo was a succubus wearing a white dress.
Oh, shut the fuck up. Goddamn fucking simp ass shit, yo.
Why would you simp for Albedo? She's not even best girl.
It's terrible.
Who do you think is best girl? I mean, Albedo's.
I'm not answering that question.
No. You gotta answer the question now.
No, you
So-
really gotta answer.
So anyway, Sparta hands Harry a glass orb of devil incarnation. And he pushes the orb into his chest, and he explodes into a pillar of energy. And everyone had to cover their eyes from how powerful his energy explosion was. And
Yes,
Sparta
Harry.
stood there and
Explode
took a
your
deep
energy
sniff
all in
of
the
his
room.
energy. And he says, I can feel his magic, chi, ki, and spirit power.
As Linkin Park played in the background.
Well, yeah, also, by the way, his energy pillar is black and crimson black lightning.
Yes.
No, that's what's going on. That's not me adding
That's
to
what
it.
I said.
That's what's going on.
It's as edgy as I thought it would be. And here I was joking.
No, I wasn't joking. Also, by the way, he also has a sacred gear that is also a god killer.
A Longinus. Fucking really?
And then Harry turned into a six-winged dragon.
Yeah, sure, whatever, Arthur. Can you finish jerking yourself off already so I can go home?
You sure he wasn't half dragon, half angel, half devil, half go fuck yourself?
There's a lot of halves in there.
If
Yes,
Harry
that's
was
how that works,
female,
didn't you
does
know?
that make you think how Dursley's abuse would change? 100% it would change. 1,000%.
Yeah, there'd be a lot more. Listen, things like fat shaming, there'd be a lot less beating and a lot more emotional trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah, they couldn't get away with
They
the
wouldn't get
beatings.
away with physical abuse. Petunia's psychological abuse are worse than Dolores. It would make for an interesting conversation year 5. Yeah.
Not really. Like, Harry doesn't get physically beat, is probably not as probably has a 7 eating disorders, even more of a self-confidence issue, and only wears baggy clothes.
But the funny thing would be is that none of the eating disorders actually came from like any sort of like issue at home. Like honestly, probably would have happened if Harry was a girl. Would be that Petunia would be like feeling guilty and would feed Harry properly all the time, and like no one would hit him because he's a girl. But actually, because of how fat and how fat the boys were and how skinny Petunia was, Harry would probably have like 3 different types of eating disorder.
True.
Without any abuse taking place.
And then we get to the meeting with Draco.
No.
No.
Listen, Draco's such an odious little fuckbag that even someone with no self-confidence would be like, why would I want that? Let me phrase that. Someone with no self-confidence who's just come out of an abusive situation would be like, I recognize this. No.
Well, yes, you're correct.
No.
However, if the story is written by a girl, the opposite occurs.
Yes. Oh my God. He's a bad boy. He makes me so wet. He's sexy, etc., and so forth.
I need you to never speak again.
Sign is mods. Pull this man's tongue out.
You don't need your tongue to write fanfic.
What if I, voice the text?
Then the first drafts you give me are remarkably error-free.
Yes, indeed. Domain expansion, insane asylum.
Don't clip that, you fucker.
You should have known that was going to happen, sir.
Yeah, I should have known.
Anyway. Blah, blah, blah. So anyway, time passed, and Harry did really great, and he went to the magic school and learned a lot of magic and got really strong.
Blah, blah.
And then he was gifted a sword. Melodious. I don't know if that's a reference to anything, so I'm not gonna care.
Isn't that 7 deadly sins or some dumb shit?
Probably.
That sounds like...
Then
Was it
Harry
insane?
gathered his own peerage and became best friends with Rias.
He
Well,
couldn't
it's
marry
like-
Rias yet, though, because he had to beat Riser. But in fact, Harry was secretly trying to break up the rating game so that he could marry Riser and get that D.
Never speak
So-
again.
Anyway, actually,
True.
Somehow
Actually-
still less of an idiotic plot than what the author will come up with.
that's pretty much exactly what the author came up with.
Please,
Fuck you
God,
said?
please tell me you're lying to me.
Is that Sparta hands Harry a letter, and Harry's like, I thought you told the Phoenix to knock that shit off. And he's like, I did, but they went behind my back and did the marriage anyway. You have to go save Rias and win her heart. And then one of the maids comes in.
This is so stupid.
And then one of the maids comes in, and turns out that actually Issei is breaking into the underworld to fight for Rias's hand. Somehow Harry didn't hear about the giant death battle they were gonna have. Somehow.
I mean, it wasn't supposed to be a giant death battle. It was just supposed to be a fucking
I mean,
ratings
I'm
game.
exaggerating the death battle part, but they did make it, as far as I'm aware, a public thing.
Oh yeah, they publicized that shit.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, that was a very public thing for a very good set of reasons. They're like, because then she can't fucking bitch out.
She can't back out of it. Yeah.
No, what did LeMay say? I'm sorry. Have any of you guys ever read Wizard School by Kevin Cooper? It was a webcomic satire of Harry Potter, in which the big bad guns Harry down and replaces him with a drunk womanizing CEO. It was a gag manga filled with Japanese jokes, and the localizers had to rewrite everything for English. Not surprised?
That's great.
Oh yes, of course they did. Fucking localizers.
Well, no, though, if the whole thing was full of Japanese jokes, they would actually have to pretty much rewrite it from scratch.
Yeah, it's like the problem is like a lot of Japanese jokes is based on the katakana used, the hiragana used for the item in question. Like someone will have like a chair in the picture, and and then someone's name will be like something or whatever, and then
But it's also chair when you write it out.
Yeah, it looks like chair when you write it out, and then the gag will be that they like slap the chair, they slap the person, and the third person goes, "No, wait, hold on, you can't destroy my chair. It was given to me by my grandfather." And it's like, oh, haha, he's calling them chair. Get it? Like, okay.
That's what translators' notes are for.
I mean, yes.
Well, no, but when the entire thing is that, then yes, their job is to
Yeah, that's fair.
rewrite it. Like,
yeah, it's. I understand why they would want to rewrite it because it's supposed to be a scene in where humor occurs. But if they translate it literally and then do translator note, these two names have similar katakana. Yeah, so if it's a scene of like Jack hits John Smith, and then Harry goes, "No, don't punch my chair. That was given to me by my grandfather." No one's gonna understand what the fuck just happened because none of those things are connected. And it doesn't matter if you add in translator's note, chair and Jack Smith were written the same way.
first of all, people might not even see the translator note, depending on how long you leave it up. And even if they do, explaining a joke doesn't fucking make it funny.
Yeah. I don't know if Harry Potter would be better or worse if it was a cultivation story. Death Eater sect goes kind of hard.
It does go kind of hard though.
It does go kind of hard. I think you could make a loose parody story out of it. I don't think you could actually do like a whole, but what if it was you? Because like too much
Harry
of it
must challenge the heavens.
Yeah. Yeah, too much of it just doesn't translate well to Wushu.
Yeah, that's why magic and wushu tend to exist separately anytime they're included in the same universe.
Yeah, well, yeah, the talismans and rituals and shit like that, then, yeah.
Oh, that's an entirely different animal. That's a different form of magic, which also exists separately from Western magic.
Formations or something. That's what it's.
Yeah, formations are cultivator magic. Talismans are priest magic. Miko magic.
Course. You know what? I would really like to see incarnated as a priest and they just
What
go around.
What kind of a priest?
A crusader.
Oh,
Paladin kind.
Oh no! My faith protects me, heathen. He doesn't challenge the heavens, he represents the heavens.
He represents the heavens.
Dave's fault intensifies, yes.
Dude. Naruto, the Shinobi Otosuki Slayer. After the Fourth War and the fight with Susuke, Naruto will end up in DxD and other worlds from other anime. So it will be multi-cross story. I haven't watched anime beside Naruto, so it will take long time to finish. Beside the adventure, Naruto will also hunt Otosuki in different dimension. He will make a harem. Naruto Uzumaki times Naruko Uzumaki.
Oh boy.
Ooh. That's
2K word
things.
chapters. Yep. Multiverse chat group is the most cringe shit to ever exist, and I hate it.
Oh, I remember that. It was kind of dog shit.
It was dog shit, absolutely.
There was a story on QQ that had that mechanic. It was so fucking dumb.
Yeah, it was the gamer Wushu story.
There was one that also did Naruto and wasn't Wushu shit, but it was gamer shit.
Like, I remember, like, the whole joke of that one gamer story, and the only reason why I even tried reading it in the first place, was that the main character was the gamer, but they weren't the isekai character. The isekai character had all of the other main characterisms, but they didn't get the gamer system. The random person from that world got the gamer system, and so they didn't understand any of the terms or how any of it worked. And so they were kind of flailing around, and eventually they unlocked the chat function. And then, like, the next 5 chapters was just the multiverse chat and people showing up from various stories giving them things.
Great.
Because that's what you want to read, truly.
Yeah, and then the character had a massive power spike because of it.
Of course,
Yeah.
because unearned power is so awesome. Everyone loves it.
So anyway, Quixotic. The path to godhood begins with sacrifice. Yours begins with death. You will become greater than them all. It is your birthright. A DXD JJK ass multi-cross story. No. Not your average successor. SpongeBob DXD crossover. It's not every day you are turned into a human and are now Odin's successor, but SpongeBob should be fine, right?
I heard some stupid shit in my time, but boy, that's the stupidest shit I heard in a hot minute.
Yes. Yeah, I made a joke that someone should write a light novel called My Isekai Adventure Was Fully Subverted as Expected. And the entire theme of the story is that it's either all of the tropes. That the trope is always the opposite of what the character that's being isekai expects it to be, because they know all the isekai tropes. So like, oh, I'm gonna get a power now. No, you don't get a power up. Oh,
You
I'm gonna
lose
be the
power.
main character. They aren't the main character. Oh, that king is clearly sending off evil signals. Actually, he's the goodest boy in the entire series. So basically, every time they try to use their ability to deduce the tropes from the isekai genre, it's always ending up the opposite. They always try flip-flopping of, oh, well, clearly it's always the opposite of what I initially think it is.
And then it isn't.
I'm going to subvert the subversion, and then it doesn't do that.
That sounds like an exercise in frustration and a Don Quixote level of retardation.
Which is
Hey,
for you.
Hey, you be nice to Don Quixote. He's a special boy.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, not the story Don Quixote. The story is good. I'm talking about the level of self-delusion required for Don Quixote to tilt at windmills.
Ah,
Except
yes.
for the one time the trope is right, but they actually stopped using that trope. Yes, exactly.
Oh, we don't use that trope anymore. It was too easy to predict.
The only good crossover fanfic, Tails Get Trolled. I'm not looking that up. Fullbringer Journey Rewrite. This is my V2 version where Issei meets Muramasa a year before Bleach.
Oh boy.
Okay.
No.
The Digimon Master. The digital world was once threatened by Luke Raymond and his forces, but thanks to the Digital Freedom Fighters General, they were able to reclaim their home, but a king was needed, so the general became one. However, forces in the real world wish to find a way to enter the digital world, but they'll have to fight the king to do it. What does this have to do with High School DxD?
No idea.
Issei is the digital king, I guess?
I guess, yeah, maybe. High School DxD Vampire shows up. Yet another fanfic crossover where Sukune and Nono and Issei Hayudo meet up and do the handshake.
Just a handshake, huh?
You know, it's the Terminator handshake. Except, like, reduce the size of their muscles by, like, 20.
Yeah.
The what handshake? That's not Terminator. You're talking about the white guy handshaking the black guy muscular handshake thing?
Is that not Terminator?
I mean, no, that's
Full
not
Metal?
Terminator. No, that's from like fucking Predator, maybe. Yeah, I want to say it is a Schwarzenegger movie.
It's obviously a Schwarzenegger movie.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that's the Predator. When they
Was
meet
that
together
Predator?
and it's like, you son of a bitch, is the
Yeah. You
clap
the
hands
whole
together.
you son of
Yeah,
a bitch scene. Yeah.
yeah.
Predator?
I'm pretty sure that's Predator.
Yeah, I think that's Predator.
Clearly, Sneaky, we should stop the stream and go watch Predator to make sure.
We have to watch
That's
the
right.
Obviously.
entirety of Predator to make sure we don't miss the scene.
Yes.
Even though it's in the
Indeed.
first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Can't be sure, Max.
You're right, it might be in the last 10 minutes. As he's having his
Courier
flashback.
6 vs. Magic. Courier 6, or 6 for short, attempts to speed up Legion future conquest of California by giving them
Oh, it's a
teleportation
Legion player.
technology.
Ugh.
Something goes wrong, and 6 is sent elsewhere where they learn of greater threat not to Legion, but all of humanity.
Fucking elves.
Yeah, that's right, a Legion player.
Is that bad?
Legion
so-
players are insidious and should not ever be listened to.
Here's
So
the problem.
Caesar's
Legion players are idiots.
like, yeah, they're really stupid. Like, so Caesar's Legion was about reuniting the shattered humanity, and Caesar went about doing this by going up to a tribe of humans and saying, "Join me or I kill you." And then the tribe says no, and he goes, "Okay," and then kills 1/10 of their population, and then says, "Join me or I kill you." And if they say no, then he kills them all.
Okay, so he offered them, and they said no, and then he decimated them. And then if they still refused, he killed them. Okay.
You
Yeah.
don't understand. The problem is here. He apes the Roman Legion in its entirety, not bothering to fix any of the problems that the Roman Legion had, like needing to be a conquest-based economy and not even remotely trying to make sure that the cultures you have brutally suppressed are in any capacity integrated and will survive beyond your death.
Well, no, that's actually specifically the point. Is that part of the integration into Caesar's Legion is that all of your culture's history gets destroyed.
Yeah.
And if you
fuck no.
refuse, well, okay, so it's not entirely destroyed. It gets incorporated into the legend of the Legion, and any bits that doesn't fit get destroyed. But if you refuse Caesar's Legion, he destroys your entire history.
Yeah, no, the problem is he's a fucking Roman. He's literally a Roman Legion cosplayer, and they're like, energy weapons and guns are for cowards. Real men stab people while wearing football pads. Oh, except for our special forces, they get guns and displacer fists. Cause oops.
And also, he fields a bunch of fucking absolute retards.
Also, he is a huge proponent of slavery.
Yeah, don't back the Legion. Just
And
don't.
thinks
not
women
it's not good.
are second-class citizens that you should be able to legally rape. So,
Excuse you?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, if anyone tells you that they unironically like Caesar's Legion,
Ignore them.
So you're
possibly be
still
prepared to kill them for the good of the gene pool.
yeah.
Well, I mean,
You're
you're already
still
talking to a
staying
New
for it.
Vegas player.
Mm.
Yeah,
low
they're probably
percent
not
chance.
gonna be.
Knows. You play XCOM. You know goddamn well that 1% isn't 0.
That's true.
Amina plays XCOM.
Kamina
That's
plays
just
XCOM. He dies to a 1% crit every life.
just how XCOM is.
Many such
Oh,
cases.
I thought you were
1% is no
joking
guarantee.
about that, Killing in Air. Unfortunately, that is real. SneakyDevil. Young Ben Tennyson finds himself needing to go to school in Japan per the wishes of his family. And he does. But little does Ben know that his school year won't be normal.
He's been fucking 10. He should automatically assume, shit's probably gonna be weird.
Yeah.
Weird shit happens around me. It's probably gonna continue happening.
That time I got flung across worlds and fell on my big titty redhead GF. What happens
Oh.
when an aspiring hero student with a reality-bending quirk and a megalomaniac sore loser demon lord with 1,000 quirks walk into the same hospital?
That sounds fucking dumb.
A whole lot of explosions, craters, and a quick unwanted trip across the multiverse. Izuku and DxD crossover with some One Piece flavorings.
Okay, so I don't know what to tell you, author, but from your title alone, you don't even understand the minimal, sad, pathetic characterization that Izuku possesses.
Yeah.
No.
I've read all of My Hero Academia. I've read it all through Twitter.
You
No,
should.
if that was the case, he would be Izuku Midoriya Cuck King.
Well, I mean, yes, that's how most people see him because people don't actually read manga. They say they read manga because it makes people think they're cool.
You mean he's not a cuck canonically?
No.
No.
Absolutely is.
No, he's not Sneaky.
Sneaky.
Bro,
You know? You know what I just said?
Bro is not
I'm pretty
balling.
sure it's in one of the EDs that he is.
Bro is
No.
not balling.
What are you fucking talking about in one of the EDs?
You remember the one with the fantasy ED where he's literally getting cucked by?
Okay, why are you considering that canon? Question mark.
Because it's on the author's mind.
Everything is
The fact that it
canon.
made it into the ED tells you it is in the mind of the guy who made it.
You're
that
retarded.
He would do this to Izuku.
You're retarded and you're dumb.
I'm not wrong.
The Fallen Gamer, a woman from our world, has fallen a gamer. Mega AU.
Shut the fuck up.
Yuki's voice just went down.
Will she
Good.
grind her way to the top, or will she game over herself?
You should game over yourself now.
Yeah, grind it. Yep. Digimon Devil Code. Long have the supernatural and the human world been ignorant of the digital world. Yet now through fate and circumstance, the real and digital world are entwining to prevent a terrible calamity. Can Issei prevent a war from breaking out and help the world against the true enemy? Golemon?
Oh, who?
Guilmon.
The Seraphic System. Killed by his own family, he wishes for second lease on life after realizing that he was pathetic. Much to his shock, his wish is granted and he is given second chance at life, one he refuses to waste. How will he fare in world of gods and other powerful beings? Gamerfic gray main character angel in Percy Jackson and High School DxD.
Yuck.
How do you have 32 chapters with 180k words? How do you have 2,500 favorites?
Because
How?
people are stupid.
That is the most boring drivel I've ever fucking seen. Like, holy shit. Yeah, I'm gonna be an angel who's, like, edgy and gray.
Sounds like a middle school D&D player.
Yeah.
I'm always gonna be edging my fall.
Excuse me, I'm gonna go kill myself after hearing that.
Yeah. Damn it.
He's gonna crawl in his crawl so he can crawl while he's crawling.
In his skin.
Please, for the love of God, stop talking.
I will not.
His wounds they will not heal.
His crawl will not crawl. Overlord of biblical proportions. Momonga and Nazarick were transported to DxD instead. And
Oh,
it
that's a
gets
mistake.
really horny and lewd, and he's really smart. That's all that happens.
Excuse me, Momonga.
Yes.
The undead who literally cannot get horny, and that was made a big plot point right there, right at the beginning, because he had a moment of going, "Oh wow, she's fucking hot" when he saw Albedo, and then undead kicked in, and oh wait, I don't have a dick, I can't get horny.
Yes.
He's gonna be doing lewd.
Yes.
No, that goes against the character.
Yes.
Yes.
Fuck you.
Momonga kills Great Red in the first chapter and then absorbs his body, allowing him to race change into a humanoid dragon.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
that
of
makes
course, yeah,
sense. What the
obviously. I
fuck
mean, oh,
up?
good. Yeah, totally. Yeah, fucking what?
He destroys one of the 2 or 3 most powerful beings in the DxD universe.
No. To be fair, right? No, to be fair, right? Momonga does have a spell whose description is instant death, non-avoidable.
This is Great Red.
Yes, but his spell is conceptual.
And this is Great Red, who is also conceptual.
Yes. Yeah. Lurk. Blessing of sleeping mods. Filter word. Capture pass. False data IP. Greater strongman. Mantle of Gets.
How many times is this gonna get posted?
As many times as it takes, knows.
Listens.
As many times.
We misuse logical fallacy.
Now let us begin.
That shit's great.
Great Red gets killed in EXE by an out of context being. Yeah. Yeah, I hate EXE too. Don't worry. But still, the point is, if the author wants to have someone who has the power of conceptual death kill something that typically can't die, well,
Yeah, sure, whatever, author. Whatever floats your goddamn boat.
yeah.
I think the only thing it probably couldn't kill in universe would be Ophis then.
Maybe. But yeah, so that was the front page.
I hate it.
That was the front page. Yeah, it was really bad.
Could have been worse.
But it
Yes, absolute domination. Loved by all of the girls at the school, manipulating them to do what he wants. Issei Hyudo's life at Kuo Academy goes just as he desires. But after meeting a cute dragon girl that falls for him, his visions of total domination will grow even beyond that. Issei with a harem of Toru, Elma, and Serafal.
Wait, did he cross over with Maid Dragon?
Yeah.
Why?
Here's the picture, you fucking... Isn't it sad that Silver W. King Isley had the best fic on that page? Yeah, it is.
A little bit.
Yeah, it really is.
I mean, that's not a bad Toru, and I guess Issei's drawn all right. Wait. AI detected. There's a hand below her boob and a hand on her shoulder. This man has 3 hands.
Hey, listen, man. He's got world domination on the mind. He needs at least one extra hand to make sure he can fondle all of his side chicks.
And 6 fingers.
Fair. Yeah, 6 fingers.
One of his hands only has 2 fingers. Oh shit, he's part of the 2-finger cult. Put him down.
There was one thing I saw that was so that there are some people who are genetic freaks and do in fact have 6 hands, or 6 fingers. Not 6 hands. I mean, there's one person that has 6 hands, and they're a real weirdo. But some people do in fact have 6 fingers, and someone was like, "Listen, you need to use your powers for good. Your job is to poison all of the AI."
Oof. And then there's that one woman. Let me see if I can find the meme picture. The one with the one massive finger.
What?
Found it.
What?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Is that fake or real?
I can't tell.
Because, like, I can clearly see the 2 bones.
Yeah. It looks real. Like,
yeah, but the center of
the...
Yeah, no, but they're not joined because that's just skin in the center. And if that's just skin in the center, then the nail wouldn't be that big. It would be 2 separate nails. Like, extreme webbing I could understand, but I feel like that nail is too big.
Yeah.
Let's throw it off.
Also, Jay. Oh yeah, what happened? Did I start crossover between DxD Dragon Maid? Oh yeah, I did. I told you in past. I wanted to delve new archive, write new anime for my liking. So this time I went crossover idea. As you can read, Issei in this story is a cunning manipulator that likes to manipulate people into doing what he wants, which will be the main theme of the story. He's still perverted, but he does that in private and teases the girls in public. Now, this first chapter is placed a year before Canon DxD. I want to make him discover his boosted gear and get a bunch of power-ups before Canon DxD happens. This story will be a harem, but I've already decided the harem, and I will reveal them throughout the story. The title refers to his future goal of becoming the strongest Red Dragon Emperor and having control over his lovers. He doesn't give a crap about divine beings, and now that he has Toru by his side who loves him and wants to serve him, his original goal will evolve. He'll develop new powers, and then what will happen? Give me your opinions and stay tuned for.
My opinion, author, you're a hack and a freak.
You also don't know how to use AI. Go learn from the toaster fuckers before doing a picture again.
Yeah, anyway. So that was the front page. Come back on Friday. 'Cause there's always more. And it always gets worse.